Good morning, good noon, and a very good evening to all the global and pious souls who are watching us global talk show by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today we are having a wonderful, an intellectual, beautiful, and a very great friend, Yolanda Alvares from Australia. Welcome, Yolanda, to our show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Supriya. I am very thrilled and very honored to be part of your show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I take this beautiful, exciting, super awesome journey with Yolanda, let me apprise about Yolanda to you all. She is an educator, speaker, author, and an empowered parenting coach. And we are going to enjoy this lovely journey. So let's go on. And before I ask another question and start my question, Yolanda, we would love to know your incredible journey.
Oh, thank you, Supriya. Well, like many people on this journey who do crazy things like we do, put ourselves out there, we've had colorful journeys, and I certainly have had mine. My journey has been more around emotions and understanding my own emotions, going through a depression, going through a 22-year relationship where I struggled in relationships, and I was so determined to come out victorious out of this relationship and write the book How to Make Any Marriage Work. That's how determined I was to make it work and to thrive in relationships, which got me studying all about relationships and understanding emotions on a whole new and deeper level. I went into the science of emotions. I went into recognizing my own emotions. I went into understanding different religions and philosophies and really deep diving into what is this human experience. I made a choice as a result of my 10 to 15 years of study and in-depth discovery to realize that we all have a unique journey and that it's okay to choose separate paths so long as it is done in love and recognition that this is perfect for both parties. Apologies about my dog.
It's okay, dear. It's okay.
So this journey, as I went along, I developed a closer relationship with my girls. I went on to studying about emotions, became a trained emotions coach, wrote my first book because I could see how, oh my God, as we parents go on our own journey and empower our own selves, we are inevitably empowering our kids. So all that I learned growing up was BS. I should not put my kids first. I should put me first in order to put my kids first. I should not be draining myself out and doing what's best for my kids, ignoring myself. Because as a result of doing that, I tend to be angry mom, I tend to be frustrated mom, and I tend to be an energetically depleted mom. And that's not the mom I want to give my kids. So when I realized that all that I was taught and all that my own mom did for me was really very sad. And I came to realize that I had to forgive my mom on so many levels. I lost my mom 6 months ago as well, I'll mention. But there was so much of compassion that I had for her because I could see that she was really only doing her best, given the knowledge she had. And so my responsibility, Supriya, became to increase my own knowledge so I can truly do my best. And that best begins with me, which then led me to write my book, Abundant Motherhood, empowering moms. So empowering parents first, in order to empower their kids. So in order for us to parents to be the parent that our child truly needs is first our own inward journey, connecting to our own selves, recognizing our own greatness, because if we don't do this within ourselves, how can we see it in anyone else?
Right.
How can we truly motivate our kids, inspire our kids to be their best if we aren't doing that in our own lives? Our kids are watching what we're doing more than what we're saying. We are teaching our kids to be incongruent because they see us being incongruent. So in order to truly raise kids that are empowered in tomorrow's world, that journey begins with us, and no one's taught us this. So this is what my message is: empower parents. What is that way? What do they need to do? We need to go into our own childhood experiences, bring healing there, have compassion for knowing that our parents did the best that they knew. And there was sexual abuse in my childhood. There was a lot of things that I had to deal with. It was not easy, Supriya. And in order to overcome all of that and really bring forgiveness in the most difficult spaces is where the true greatness came through. And I was able to release my kids from a generational pattern and break toxic patterns of depression, anxiety, and all of that that was coming into the family line. So my message really to parents is to truly empower themselves on so many levels, to heal generational wounds so they are no longer passing this toxicity onto our kids, and truly being confident knowing that you've done your absolute best, because this is the absolute best you can do for your kids. I tell my kids, even if I'm no longer there tomorrow, doesn't even faze me, because I know you guys have got all the skills that you need to live a successful life. You're already a success in my eyes. There's nothing more to be done. And if parents can say that, how much of peace we bring into our homes when we are so confident about this. And this peace comes from the peace within us first.
Superb one. And Yolanda, you really touched today so many people today, transforming into a new pathway of success. And it's very true. When you are not happy within, when you are not getting mental peace, you can't raise your children. This is the fact of the life, which can't be, ignored, or which can't be, just thought of like that. It has to be understood.
A lot of parents, unfortunately, are ignoring it, Supriya, because they don't know what to do. They don't know any other alternative. They catch themselves being angry. They catch themselves being frustrated at their kids. They feel guilty that they are damaging their kids, but they just live in this guilt, and it's a toxic cycle that they keep on. They feel guilty, then they give their kids so much, and then the kids don't know. You're so incongruent. You confuse your kids further and get your kids to be incongruent as well. So we need to work with that guilt. We need to understand emotions. My program is called Emotional Mastery for Parents. I train parents to master their emotions, because from that space, we can master our kids' emotions. Right. Today, statistics, I don't know about in India, but definitely in other parts of the world, but in Australia, just last year alone, Supriya, 56%, more than half of our 13 to 18-year-olds self-harmed and attempted suicide because of emotional and behavioral challenges. Is this concerning? Emotional mastery of parents is the key to be able to support our kids' emotions.
Very true. And I must say that this thing should be understood by parents, and it has to be gone in a proper way. So I do agree with you. And Yolanda, first of all, I will congratulate you for one thing, that this journey, being a woman, taking your journey on, going under the turbulence of emotions, that's really, really required a lot of courage. And you have done in such a wonderful manner that I don't have words to, say something. And I'm power packed with
Thank
a
you.
lot of emotions.
You're right about the
Yeah.
courage. You're
Yeah.
right about the courage. It did take a
It did
lot of
take.
courage, Supriya. I didn't know I had the amount of courage that was required of me to take at the time. So I appreciate it. It's a very courageous journey, even for parents
Yeah.
today to take. It's not an easy path for women. Even men today are struggling in big ways. There's a lot of disconnection, and it requires a lot of courage, which is why I do the work that I do, because had no one to support me at the time. But what I do is I support parents on that journey.
Very true. Very true. But there is a saying, all well that ends well. And here, Yolanda, we see you here as a positive, challenging one, and you just came out of all those hurdles of emotions, and today you're a successful, empowering parenting coach. That's what matters today.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I
And thriving in
congratulate
all
you.
relations of my life as well.
Yeah.
Relationships is my mastery.
Yeah, and
I
that's
can
you have
honestly
conquered
say,
it.
yes, that's right. That's right. I have.
Yeah.
Which is why I teach it today. That's right.
Yes. So we can say one thing, that whatever happens, sometimes in life we see, oh, why did it happen to me? It's really bad, but that is not a bad. That's happening for some reason, or some purpose is hidden behind. Maybe those reasons were
Absolutely.
there to make you today a successful empowered parenting coach, and we would not have met today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Any challenges are
Hmm.
stepping stones.
Yeah, I do agree.
Because yes, behind every journey that or life that matters,
Mhm.
that person has been through
True.
a lot to come out and have the realization. So this is life's journey. And when people ask those questions, like you ask them,
Mhm.
very valid questions. Why does this happen to me? I am unlucky, or I'm not fortunate. The opposite. You are so fortunate because you get to experience the other side of life that is not possible to pass through without the pains and challenges. I
Not
say
at
the
all.
greater the challenges, the greater the experience of life. It's an option. Of course, it's a choice. Some
Mhm.
people go rock bottom, some people fly high. It's our choice.
Yeah.
No matter your circumstances, it's always a choice that we make.
Very true. Our choices are responsible for our future. It's not destiny. People say, it's a ordinary
Yeah.
destiny. No, don't blame the destiny. It's all about your
No.
choices, I say.
Or they blame external circumstances
Ah.
or other people, or I was told. You always made a choice. You just didn't know that we were making choices.
Yeah. Well, Yolanda, it is getting so much exhilarating session. And I want to ask one more thing. When you were moving in your journey from hurdles of emotions, being a speaker, author, did you face any sort of challenges which really shook you up? Or when you said, oh, let me give it up, that I need a break, or these challenges will really, really, so what
Maybe
kind of
even just
those?
yesterday.
So I would love to
They
know
are
that.
the most common on this journey.
Uh-huh.
On this journey that we live, where we are constantly pushing past our own limitations, we are always faced. I'm always faced with challenges.
Oh.
So that's why the mindset is so important, to know the power of your thoughts. I always process emotions. I look at what emotions are coming up right now. What am I feeling? Where is that come from? I don't leave anything. I make sure at every point I am nipping those fears, those emotions out.
Yeah.
Like weeds, I'm pulling their roots out. So it's a constant journey. With business, coming out of COVID, the financial situation of so many economies is struggling. I have gone into a new relationship now, so it had its challenges because a lot of my past trauma I brought into it. So there's been a lot to uncover and a lot of growth, which allows me to feel so much freedom, Supriya, today, because I'm free of my own limitations on so many levels.
And freedom actually gives you peace. Then only
Yes.
you can think. Without
Yes.
freedom, you cannot think even a letter P of peace.
That's right. So many people say, oh, just let it go, let it be, don't worry. No, you can't. You have to go and work through it. You have to address, you have to hold space for those emotions that are coming up. Letting it go is just suppressing, and it just comes out in a whole outburst and ruins relationships even more. We need to go there. We need to sit with your emotions. We need to address them. We need to validate them. We need to accept them. We need to accept ourselves. And we need to go on our own self-love journey, like you mentioned.
Yeah. And that's where you are, and that's where you're moving. So this is more important, and this is more positive outcome of whatever you say. So Yolanda,
That's right.
I must say that this is really a beautiful journey, which we have to keep moving on and on. Well, we know about your incredible journey, your challenges which you faced. Now, let's talk about some beautiful aha moment in your life. I would love to know any beautiful, or you say, oh, I was waiting for this, my wow moment of my life. And this is the wow moment. So so please enlighten us that moment too.
Every moment I want to say, but they've been equal
Okay.
balances of challenges, and those following every challenge is an aha moment, isn't it?
Wow, superb one. Great one.
Because we learn so much about ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah. So aha moment that I would like to share with your people, with your audience today, is really recognizing that the external world, if I'm seeing something that is annoying me or disturbing me, or someone is being really rude,
Mhm.
the fact that I notice this rudeness and feel that they are rude, I would not pick this up if this wasn't in me. That was a big aha moment for me. So it was done. I could not judge anybody, because I knew that if I saw any judgment in them, there was judgment in me. So I had to bring myself back into me when I see these judgments, and do my own self analysis and become more free from this judgment, and the external world starts to show you all the work that needs to be done within you, and you just become more free and so much
Free.
more at peace and so much more joyful. This
Yes.
was my aha moment, that the world is just showing me about me. It's my online, it's my not online, but it's my school.
My own wow moment. Right. And it's, I want to add something like people wait for bigger happiness, and they will say, oh, that happiness, if I get, that will be my aha moment or wow moment. No, never wait, because you can only create those precious, smaller happiness which can create aha moment. So I do agree with you. Every moment you can make as a aha or a wow moment. So never wait for something bigger, and that will never ever. Seriously, that won't
That's true.
come at all. So that's cool, and that's great to know, Yolanda. Every moment is a aha moment when you are happy from inside, and when you have those mental peace in your mind. Yeah.
That's right. And it's an up and down, because we are humans, we are experiencing. I will never say I'm always only happy. A lot of people think, oh,
Yeah.
Yolanda, you're always happy. You must be. The reason I am so happy is because I have been low. So I experience happiness on a whole higher level, because I have gone to that low depths, and that's what the journey is. Only difference is in that graph of going up and down. Now the dips are not as low, and the highs are more sustainable, but they're still there. Otherwise we wouldn't be having this human experience. It's all part. So experience, accepting the downtimes, accepting, like you said, in we compare and we say, oh, when I get there, when I achieve this, then I will be happy. It's part of our human nature to compare. Now with social media and all of this, so much you see of the world before you. So our kids are really struggling with that comparison and feeling less, and the need to raise our own worthiness and the worthiness of our kids has become so important as a result. So accepting where our kids are at, accepting where we are at, allows us to really support them. Often parents just want to fix the problem. Before you go and fix their problem, let's take 2 steps back and accept them where they are at. See them, validate them, hear them out. And to do that, we must do that with our own selves first.
Right? Own self-validations are must, Most of the people are ignoring those tiny, tiny things, but it's a saying, Yolanda, a small hole can sink the whole ship. So that we have to take care, and we have to
correct
move,
those little holes. I like that.
and we have to move very, very carefully. Sometimes we also miss
watching every hole,
observing everything. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So
right,
this
yeah.
is, this one great experience you told me, and we all will be cherishing, which you are telling right now.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
one
Appreciate
more thing, Yolanda, I saw your book, Abundant Motherhood. And I am not going to leave you today because you are going to tell me everything. Because whenever I see your book on social media, I wish to know, okay, what's there? Abundant Motherhood, a topic, unique topic. So please enlighten my viewers, global audience, how you wrote this book, what inspired you, what is all about.
So definitely inspired by my own journey, when I realized that all along I had been self-sacrificing, and I'll use the term that I was feeling like a doormat, so drained out from cooking different meals because this child didn't like spicy, my husband liked spicy, my other daughter wanted only non-veg. So I was here struggling to meet because I wanted to give them the food that they enjoyed. So my love language was cooking good food, and I was getting exhausted and run down, and at the end I was literally even like getting so upset if they were not hungry, and if they were not eating, I was getting so upset. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm creating this with so much love, I mean, with the intention of love and joy. But when I am experiencing it with my family, there's only anger and frustration. So when I realized that this gap of joy, or this, what I really wanted was love and connection with my family, but I was doing it on a completely wrong path, and that the path was completely left field, which meant that I needed to do what was the absolute wrong thing, what I thought was the most selfish thing, which was putting myself first. I was raised to say, if you thought about yourself first, it was wrong, and it meant that you were a selfish person. Then it really confused me, and I felt a lot of guilt when I was putting myself first. But I kept going and kept doing this, only to really see my children thrive. My children were becoming happier. My children's self-esteem was raising. They wrote chapters in my book with me, the old version of their mom and the new version of their mom, and how it makes them feel. So it was a very enlightening journey for me. I wanted to stand up on a mountain and scream and shout out to all the parents, oh my God, we've been doing it wrong. And then I realized that the best way is to put it in a book. And it will reach the message even more effectively than me climbing Mount Everest and screaming out when no one can hear you from there.
And here I will say to all my viewers who are watching, or who will be watching this episode later, please go through this book. You can order from Amazon, or if you're finding any problem, you can directly contact Yolanda. She will be helping you. Please order this book. I'm not doing any promotion, but seriously, every parent requires this kind of parenting coach, which Yolanda has told right now, and empowered parenting. There's a vast difference between parenting and empowered. So take care of this, get this, grab this golden opportunity, make your life beautiful and your children, your family life beautiful. That's what's important. Yeah.
Is it okay, Supriya, on the Facebook, I will put in my details, then they
Yeah,
can
sure.
contact
Why
me.
not? It's will be
Yeah,
lovely
yeah.
to spread your knowledge worldwide, globally. And I'm sure we
Lovely.
parents who are struggling, for good parenting and bad parenting, they will be leveraging from this great book and making their life much easier. Yeah. So you
That's
can
right.
do
That's
that.
right. Everyone's welcome to join our group. It's a free group, Empowered Parents Group, and we run lots of free events. So definitely jump on. And you too, Supriya. I look forward to having you join.
Sure, I will be doing that. Well,
It's a
Yolanda,
must for all parents.
yeah,
Yes.
sure. And before I take you about your book and we talk about your journey, let's talk about what is your mission. If I talk about what is Yolanda mission now?
Yes. So my mission is to share this message to teach parents emotional mastery. That is so key on our human journeys to understand our emotions. We are emotional beings. First, before we are human beings, we are energetic emotion beings. So, emotion is energy in motion. This is who we are. And we have missed out on connecting with that part. Humans have gone into intellectual, we've built our brains, we know we're very intelligent beings, but everything is sabotaged when we don't work with our emotions. We ruin careers, we ruin relationships, we we ruin our health from emotional eating. Emotions play such a big role in all areas of our life. Understanding our emotions is the key to living a successful life. Everything else flows once we have mastered our emotions. We are blocking our own success because we have not dealt with emotions. This is how important emotions are. So my mission is to allow or guide parents and allow parents this information of what it is to truly be the master of your emotions, to master your life, and to master your relationships.
Important. And this is very, very important because if you don't know about your emotions, I mean, if you are not feeling well, getting up early in the morning and you're just doing work for the sake of your responsibility duties, then that is not a living. That is not worth of this life. I must say, this word, this life,
Absolutely.
you cannot.
Emotions are so closely linked. Today, research is showing us to diseases, cancer. Emotions are so intertwined. So once we master our emotions, we've also let go of the risk of diseases, Supriya. So emotions are held in the body. For example, in your heart, in your tummy, in your so sadness and disappointment, for example, are emotions that affect our chest and heart area. Living in fear over a long time affect ulcers and tummy issues. Back problems come through from not feeling supported. The mind is from overthinking and overanalyzing. And you will see the trend. My own mom, she passed away with cancer, and I can completely track her emotional journey, the choices that she made that led her to this. Heart strokes, heart attacks. If you look at the pattern of the life, and research is showing us this, there will be a trend of long periods of sadness, disappointment, holding on to emotional um, patterns that were never resolved. And sometimes it's coming generationally. So emotions is so important to know so that we can release emotions being held in the body. So it holds in the body and the cells in that area are constricted. When we release emotions, these cells are then expand again and the flow of oxygen can happen and they no longer holds toxic energy. We can heal through centers now healing emotionally, are healing cancers. So it's so important to know this now and to teach our kids about managing their emotions and not suppressing them anymore.
And sometimes, Yolanda, I have seen, we as a human being, we will think, nothing will happen. We are just thinking, we will not relate with science. Okay, this emotions, no, let it go on. No, we should touch the
Yeah,
roots,
we
what it is
must, we
triggering on.
must.
Triggering on and finding the solution. That is very, very important, which I have seen in most of the people, if you see, I have seen people, they are 80, 90 years. And if I look at their past journey, they're so happy. Because,
That's
and
right.
even I talk to old people and they say, Pushra means be happy. And the
Yeah,
word, the science behind those words are be happy. If you're be happy, your thoughts, your actions, your hormonal changes, your hormonal triggers in
that's
the body
right.
will be there. Positive emotions,
Yeah,
healthy emotions, happy hormones. And that makes you
that's
healthy.
right.
So the
That's
root
right.
is you have to be happy. When you're happy,
That's right.
you're away from all those diseases,
Mm,
tortures, mental, and that's really
yeah.
directly
But
proportional to
that
your.
path to happiness is a journey on its
Yeah,
own.
yeah, very
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Choices are very important in life. If you made the right choice at the right time, you're the king. And if you have
You
made
cannot
it,
make the wrong choice if you are in
yeah,
tune with the reason why we're making wrong choices is because we have blocks and we have not addressed.
right?
So,
So
yeah,
for making choices, also we have to be happy. Yeah,
we have to be emotionally in
emotionally
congruence.
strong. Yeah, I do
Yes,
agree with you.
yes. Cleared,
So
cleared emotion,
clear
lightness of
emotions.
being.
So
Yeah.
I must say that people who are watching us today, please, please make a note. Making the right choices with a happy heart is very important at the right time. Because if you make the right choice, you will be the king of your journey. And if you didn't make, you can be a joker. So that's what I
Yeah,
can say.
that's right. Be in tune with your emotions, is what I would like to say. Be in tune, recognize what's happening in your body, be
Yeah,
connected. Meditation is so
so
important.
important. Yeah,
Being in holding space for all that's coming up, all your chakras
yeah,
to be clean and clear is so key by addressing. So having daily practices
yeah.
where you hold space and address and allow your body to feel and accept life by first accepting your own experience of life.
Very true, Yolanda. So this is really, really a great session, and I don't want to end it up. Although my interview is for 30 to 40, but I still go on and on because it's really, really lovely to hear golden nuggets of wisdom which we really misses in life, and we become the prey victim of anxiety, depression, and blah 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 blah. So I don't want to talk
That's
about
right.
those things. Well,
That's right.
Yolanda, before we move and end this beautiful, exhilarating, super awesome journey, I would love to ask you beautiful message to our global audience today.
My closing message would be master your emotions to master your life, to master your relationships. You can do it. You are so worth it. And you wouldn't be listening to this talk if this wasn't part of your journey and part of you wasn't seeking it. So there is perfection in all that happens in our life. The challenges, the heartaches, the misfortunes, they're all perfect so that you can come across and experience life in all its fullness. I would never wish that I had an ordinary life where everything that I married the right person and I had a home, work, everything went perfectly. I would not be as happy as I am today. Our challenges offer us opportunities to experience life with so much greater joy and peace within. So take charge of where you are at and make, like Supriya said, make those choices. We're always making choices. Be courageous in your choices.
Wow, awesome. Be courageous in your choices. So that's the,
Because we always
way to
choose
give.
the easier path.
Huh.
Don't choose the easier one. Choose the courageous one.
Wow, Yolanda, you really made my day, you know. Beautiful, because it's still afternoon in India, and really it's lovely to interact with you, lovely to chat with you, listen to you, your great golden advices. And I'm sure my audience too will love to listen to follow your advices and make their life successful, beautiful, stress-free, and moreover, happy one. So heartfelt thanks to
Beautiful.
you for coming to our
Thank you
show.
so much for having me. And I look forward to staying connected with you and with all of your audience as well.
Sure, sure, why not? Thank you
Lovely.
once again,
Thank you
Yolanda.
so much.
And of
Thank you.
course, my great, beautiful, lovely audience who are loving us constantly, consistently. So keep doing that. Don't forget that. And stay happy, hale and hearty. Bye-bye from India.
Bye from Melbourne, Australia.
Bye-bye.